Da 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 da.
Hi guys! I've been feeling so just, in that mood where you just want to lay down and play video games all day. Like, that's me, like, a lot of the times. Lately I just got Dragon Quest Builders 2. When thinking about what I was going to do for my video this week, I was like, oh, it would be really fun if I made something kind of Dragon Quest themed. So I decided to make the Dragon Quest slime monster, but as a macaron, because I really like making macaron clay things. So I thought it'd be a really fun project to do. All right, so yeah, we're gonna make this Dragon Quest slime macaron. So let's go clay. Today we need a blade, some ball tools, a chisel tip tool, some bacon bond, some red souffle and cherry pie, some black primo sculpey, white primo sculpey, souffle and robin's egg, some blue sparkly clay, blue translucent primo, an eye screw, and a keychain. So we're going to start off by mixing up the blue sparkly clay and the robin's egg souffle. I'm just mixing it up in a pasta machine over and over and just running it through until I get a nice solid color. Now that we have our nice solid color, I'm just going to trim it up. I'm just going to use a little bit and I'm going to roll it around, condition it, and I want to kind of squish it to where it's a little flat at the bottom, and then I'm pulling a little point out at the top for the slime. It's a little too big, so I just cut it down the middle, put it on my little workstation, and I just smooth everything out until I am happy with it. Now that everything's smooth, I'm just going to roll out a fairly long snake using that same clay mixture. I'm going to cut off the end, and I'm just going to place that snake all around the edge of the bottom, trimming it where the ends meet. And I'm going to take the larger end of the ball tool and kind of just push in where that seam is. You're just going to go all the way around, pressing gently just to close the seam and get everything looking pretty uniform. Now we're going to use the smaller end of the ball tool, and we're just going to do little circles, little small gentle circles all the way around the edge. This is going to create the little feet of the macaron. So you just want to take your time and do small circles and not put too much pressure, otherwise you're going to damage it, and we don't want that. Then I'm going to take the chisel tool and I'm going to just press in the ends, kind of clean everything up, because you don't want it to look too flat at the bottom. You want a nice little rounded edge. Just cleaning everything up, and now I'm going to work on the eyes. I'm taking my ball tool, kind of marking where I want the eyes, and then I'm going to very gently start poking in the eyes to be a little bit bigger. And I'm going to take some white clay and cut them into two even as I can pieces. That one was too big, so I'm going to cut it to be just a little bit smaller. I don't want these eyes bulging. I want them to be pretty flush against the surface. So I'm just very lightly pressing them in, very, very lightly. And they're exactly how I want them, so that's great. So I'm going to take a little bit of my black clay and I'm going to cut two very small little balls for the pupils. And I'm just going to place those right in the middle. And you can clean off your silicone tool and actually press on them that way if you don't want to use your fingers. Then I'm going to take my ball tool again, and I'm going to very lightly start shaping out where I want the mouth, and I'm just going to go over it again and again using a very gentle hand, because if you press too hard, you're going to distort the shape. So I'm taking my red clay and I'm rolling out just a little snake. I want to keep it fairly thin, and I don't want it too long. Get the right shape, and again, I'm just going to very gently press with my fingers, not too much to distort the image. I just want a nice little flush look. And the pupils were bugging me because they weren't quite even, so I decided to make them just a little bit bigger and make them a little bit more uniform. Now we're gonna bake. All right, now that this first side is baked, we're gonna work on the back half. So I'm just took some rolled out clay, and I'm going to take my front half and I'm gonna trace around it with my ball tool. And I'm gonna cut on the inside of the line, not on the outside. We're gonna cut on the inside because it's gonna get a little bit bigger when we squish it back down. So now that it is the right size, we're gonna put it on the little work surface and we are just going to blend it and soften up all the edges until it is the same shape as the front side. And now that the shape is good, I'm just gonna continue all the same steps from the first one except the face. Now it's good to go. So now we can bake the back half. All right, now that both halves are baked, we're gonna work on the filling. So we're gonna take my very thick bacon bond. I need a new one. I'm going to work at it. There we go. And I'm gonna spread some on the back end with my finger. And, oh, I'm struggling. And then I'm gonna take my blue translucent clay and I'm gonna kind of just make a little ball and just squish it in the middle for a base. And I'm gonna add a little bit of bacon bond to the other side. And then I'm going to take some rolled out blue translucent clay and I'm gonna cut 2 really long strips. And with those strips, I am going to take each one individually and I'm going to just twist it around all the way to the end. I'm gonna do the same with the other one and then I'm going to twist them together. And once they're all twisted together, I'm going to start adding it to the cookie itself. I'm going to start at the bottom, work my way around to gently press it all in, and then I'm gonna cut off the excess. And I'm just going to squish together. And then I'm going to add the eye screw. I'm gonna take a ball tool and make a little hole in the frosting. I'm gonna add some bacon bond to the eye screw, screw it in, and then take a little very tiny snake of clay and I'm going to just press it in and blend it to make it all more secure. Now bake it. Now that everything's baked, I'm just gonna add the keychain and we're done. Here's the finished result. We now have a little Dragon Quest slime macaron keychain. Such an odd little creation, but I really like it. I like that he's shiny and he looks like a delicious cookie. So can we really ask for anything more? A cute monster cookie? I think not. That's it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like it and subscribe and share with your friends because it's all good and fun. And that's all I have for today, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye.